What was the I know with Black Panthers and every Black liberation movement, they had the understanding that we may not get out of this alive or we may be imprisoned. Was that the same mindset that you guys had with John Africa when they started that movement?
John Africa said, "Don't let them take you alive." Yeah, he was like, man, you'd rather be dead than to be caught up in the system and caught up in their enslavement. Like it was very extreme like that. You know, they fully understood. I would say John Africa fully understood. Some of the young people, some of the organization members were younger. Okay. And they really didn't understand what it was. A lot of people were John Africa's nieces and nephews, so they were just helping Uncle out. Right. They were just being a part of it because they were washing cars, making a couple dollars. Okay. Some people didn't understand it, but the core members that were like part of the movement of it, yeah, they knew. They knew that, like, I mean, you know, some of them were ex-Panthers. Some of them were ex-military. Some of them spent time in Vietnam during the Vietnam War. So they were very aware that there's a system that has a thing going on, and because we're protesting against it, yeah, we could get killed. We could go to prison.
Is that where the militant aspect came from, those that came from the Black Panthers and from the war?
No, the militant aspect of it came from people just being oppressed and being tired of it. You know what I'm saying? I can't even walk down the street without getting harassed and accosted by the police. Right. You know, my brother is in a retirement home, and the workers just stealing his money. But because he Black, ain't nobody doing nothing about it. Now my brother is hungry. You know, he got one leg, he in a wheelchair, and he can't even do for himself. And there's no system within that system there to help care for him. So I'm gonna go complain about it. Right. All right, so the people I complain to, it falls on deaf ears because they don't care. He's just a Black nigga from Philly that don't nobody care about. Right. So forget him. Right. So okay, so let's take it to the next level. We can't get justice nowhere. I mean, well, then if we can't get justice anywhere, then what is the tax money that you're trying to take from me paying for? So I ain't giving you no tax money. You want to get the tax money, you go go get it from the people that you support. And if you ain't trying to help us with what we trying to do, then we ain't trying to help you what you trying to do. So it's just it's an escalation. People are tired of it. You know how many people was just Netflix and chilling when Sonya Massey got killed? Yeah. And I ain't got nothing. I'm just, man, we snuggled up next to my little baby. We about to chill. We about to watch, get some popcorn, put some butter on it, extra salt, because you know we like salt. Right. You know what I'm saying? Put some, you know, and we're going to just chill. And then, you know, news reports of this killing come up. And they got to turn the TV off. We got to turn this TV off. Right. Because I can't just Netflix and chill knowing that this white racist man just shot this lady in the face. Right. And then try to cover it up by saying it was self-inflicted. Right. And then trying to calling her crazy bitches in front of all of these other police officers. How you going to tell me that there's a few bad apples in the police department? How does that ever make sense? No. How do people let that slide? How do people get away with that? It's probably the exact opposite. If there's just a few bad apples, then what's wrong with all of these cops that are standing around listening to this man insult this woman after he shot her in the face, right, and do nothing? I bet you they wouldn't have did that if somebody shot a police officer in the face. Very true. I bet you they wouldn't have did that if their mother was shot in the face. Right. You see what I'm saying? So it's like people just get tired of it. I do believe that there is a natural element within people that God sends them to fight and to help show people the way. I do believe that. I also believe that is an evolutionary element that came about because people are dictators and somebody got to fight against it. You know, like with the way people are and the way the system is, somebody has to fight against it because it's wrong. But I don't believe that there are any really just natural born rebels. I believe that people are compelled to become that way because of the issues that we're dealing with all the time.
That's very true. I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying?
I definitely agree with that.
Like, Huey wasn't no rebel.
Right.
Huey knew it. Like, he's a scholar, man. Let me go to education, get some schooling real quick. You know what I'm saying? But can we get a stoplight on the corner, though? Because people get hit by cars.
Right.
Can we get some food for these kids? Because people, they in the school passing out.
Right.
It's back in the day when you go home for lunch. Some kids ain't got no home to go home to go for lunch like that. So they just stand at the school. They far away from, they bust in. They can't go home to get. So can we get some food for these kids?
Right.
So they can stay awake while you giving them this reading, writing, and arithmetic to do?
Right.
No, we ain't giving it to them. How are you going to turn your head in a situation where this kid is asleep because he ain't got no energy because he's hungry? Mm-hmm. You're not going to feed a hungry kid? Mm-hmm. I mean, that would piss anybody off.
Exactly.
So, this is what happens.
That's creative.
And there you go.
And that's exactly why we like to relate everything back to the scriptures, because a lot of things that happened in the Bible were just taken away from us, so we didn't know what was the cause of a lot of things we read about. Like, everyone knows about the story of Moses. Uh-huh. But the reason why Moses became Moses is because he saw the oppression of his people. Mm-hmm. That made him mad. He saw the Egyptians beating down his brothers. Right. I want to read something for you. I want you to see your thoughts on this. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 7. It says, let me get that for you. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. So Solomon in all his wisdom said, oppression will make a wise man mad.
Oh, yeah.
So just like he was talking about, it's not that everybody just wakes up angry and they just want to fight and rebel, because black people as a whole, we're a peaceful people.
But for the most part,
we want to have fun. We just want to,
we take a lot of punishment.
Exactly.
Before we strike out.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. But there's certain wise men in every generation that see the oppression and it turns them into another man.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what happens in every single movement and with the movement.
Absolutely. And John Africa said, you know what? Somebody got to do something.
Yeah.
And it ain't even a thing of like you replacing some other person or group that's doing something. No, we got to do something too. Mm-hmm. Like, they're doing what they're doing. We got to do something too. Right. We can't just let it be on them.
Exactly.
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word, his word, his word.